Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
O'Shea goes by.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out y'all.
You know,
how do you value this company?
Yeah, big challenge to me. Well, first of all, I don't think you came in here necessarily asking for an unreasonable valuation. Where you're at right now, I can see it. I just got shocked when I heard $42. I just find it challenging to go at $42 for the pancakes. It's pretty expensive, and I just don't know if you can last at that level, so I'm out.
One of the most brilliant minds we witnessed in our generation when it comes to business, creativity, imagination, success, determination, perseverance, all rolled up in one. And he's here with us again today. Had to be the one and only Daymond John is here.
Absolutely.
Ooh, I was looking around. I wasn't sure who you were talking about for a second, but I humbly appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh man, we could have went on and on. We only got 30 minutes, man. I could talk about you all day. It's the man who taught me how to tie a bow tie.
Say word.
Yes.
What event was this for?
This was well, I presented him with an award last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Hennessy Privilege Award.
The Privilege Award.
Yeah.
And my tie was off, and Daymond in the middle of meetings and conference calls and about to do an acceptance speech stopped down and said, "Nah, Sway, we can't have you going out till like that," and then showed me how to do it.
I wanted his pimping to be right. You know
what I mean? All day.
My pimping was off-centered a little bit. Daymond John made sure it was right. This book right here, I think, is perfect for our audience.
Yeah.
Because we got a lot of entrepreneurs that listen to this show. A lot of folks who kind of want to step out of the box of the norm and give a shot at something they believe in. This book is called The Power of Broke. And when you open the book, the first thing you read is, the power of broke is a mindset. It exists in all of us, whether we have money, opportunities, or advantages. Trouble is, most people don't recognize the power for what it is. They leave it alone, or maybe they don't even know it's there. What is the power of broke? What do you mean by that?
That's that hunger. That's that drive. That's that instinct that nothing is ever going to stop you. And I'm not sitting there saying that to be broke and not have those resources to feed your family and get great medical attention is something we should celebrate. I'm not saying that by far. But I'm saying that if you're going to be in a situation where you don't have the things that you want in life and you're hungry, then that's the situation. Let's tap into it. And the people that I see utilize the power of broke more than anybody at all are the people that when they reach a level of success, they still use it, and that's how they maintain their success, that hunger and drive. And we grew up at a time and age where it was, you need money to make money, you got to know somebody. Well, I mean, look at me. Look at half this room. I grew up, African-American, short, dyslexic, got left back one time, almost got left back a second time, can't dribble a basketball, can't sing, can't draw, didn't know anybody, didn't go to college. That didn't stop me at all.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I had a mother that really loved me dearly, and I had some like-minded FUBU partners and friends who would never let me stop, and I never let them stop. And I had a will and a drive, and I still have all those same things. I still rise and grind every single morning.
Every single morning. What are some of the crucial errors you made, if any, while being broke? I mean, what are some of those things that happen?
The crucial errors I made and many people make is, first of all, one of the top reasons the businesses startups fail is actually overfunding. It's actually taking in money too soon from other people, because then all of a sudden, by the time you have to take in the real money, you have to give away so much of your company or your business that you're out of business. Or it's when you don't even have proof of concept or a following, and you go out there and you borrow $20,000, $30,000, $50,000, that's not going to get you your following by spending money. Anything that is built off of the foundation of just money usually crumbles, whether it's your personal relationship with your family,
right,
your girlfriend, your husband, your boy, whatever the case is, or whether it's you try to build a business, say, well, I'm going to build a business, I'm going to build this great little corner store, I'm going to have chandeliers, everything, but nobody's following you. Nobody knows about this store, or whatever it is. So it is really talking about the fundamentals of business, and that you have to start off small, make your mistakes small. You can always recover from them, learn from them, and then use that knowledge to progress.
Okay. Daymond John is here. The Power of Broke. That's the name of the book.
Yeah. And Daymond, I feel like we're in an era where the entrepreneur is highly glorified. And a lot of people will just be having a bad day at work and they're like, fuck this, I'm gonna leave this and I'm just going, I don't wanna wake up every day and be helping someone else with their dreams.
Right.
But it's okay sometimes to also be the number 2 man. There's nothing wrong with that. But in your opinion, what are some like checklists that someone should think about before they take entrepreneurship seriously?
Before you answer that, Daymond, I'm going to let you think about that and come back with that answer. Okay. And then we'll take some more calls, 888-742-3345. Sway in the morning. Daymond John is here.
Yep.
My friend and hero, Heather B.
I know it. I'm loving it, man.
He's an example. When you say you ain't got an example, look at his career. He's the example. The book is The Power of Broke. Tracy, you just asked him a question.
Yeah, and I was saying how in this time, I feel like everybody's goal is to be an entrepreneur, which is awesome, but I don't think everyone has the same intention. Some people just don't like their job, and it's like, find another job. You're not really like fit to work for yourself. So in your opinion, Daymond, what do you think are the key questions you should ask yourself, be ready to answer before you take the big leap?
Well, first of all, there's nothing that you should feel bad about if you work at a company or for somebody. If you think like an entrepreneur, you know, you should work there. I worked at Red Lobster. I learned more of my selling techniques and, you know, how to do numbers at Red Lobster than any place else. And second of all, if you look at myself, I have 3 other amazing partners and we all made money together. You know, I was the head of the ship, but when I needed to talk to head of design, I talked to Jay Martin. When I needed to talk to, you know, one of the partners. So being part of an entire movement, you can reap the rewards you want, whether it's monetary or whether it's, you know, you just want to be able to see, you know, change in people's lives. But you need to come up with a list of all the things you love to do and all the things you hate to do. I'm a person that hates dealing with little details, minutia type of stuff. So yeah, I have accountants and I have people that look over contracts for me. But even when I didn't have money, I would go and pay somebody if I needed to, or somebody who was taking it up for school. I would barter and trade. Hey, can I give you a shirt to go over this stuff with me? Whatever way, I needed them to look at the details. I wasn't detail oriented. So come up with a list of what you want to do. Focus on those and try to find other people strategically that can help you do the things you don't want to do.
That's what's up.
Game,
Yeah.
right? So say like on your darkest day, because sometimes that's the side people don't see. You know, all the no's, all the rejections or whatever.
Absolutely.
Would you say your spiritual life, but maybe it's family or these partners that you speak of? What was it that said for you, I'm not gonna quit, I'm gonna keep pushing through?
So I mean, that's a really good question. So I closed Frugal from 1989 to 1992 because I ran out of money, but I would only run out of $500, $1,000, so I was taking affordable steps. Number one. Number two, I had an amazing mentor in my life, a man who ran a corner store. He didn't have any investment in my business. I would go sweep up his store, and he would tell me and let me know what to do. But I also had a group of like-minded people, my partners, who when I wanted to quit, they wouldn't let me quit. And vice versa. And you know, you're going to fail more than you succeed. You're going to get more doors slammed in your face, because I think everybody here in this room who are amazing broadcasters, everybody think you just woke up and said, I want to get on that mic. Forget all the interns, all the people that went to school for communication. They don't need this. I'm just going to come here. You got the door slammed in your face. You got fired, but you found out where you need to pivot. And you also, that following that you have started to follow you everywhere. And then people started to say, I can't tell you no, because all these people are knocking on the door. If you buy the following and you put out an advertising commercial, oh, I'm Sway, I'm cool, come to my show, and you just buy it and you're not worth anything, you're still going to come up with the same results. You're just going to spend a lot of money getting to the point of failing.
Right.
So it's really just about understanding that. And in the book, I have in this book 15 people that I've interviewed that are, I mean, Kevin Plank, who's doing $4 billion a year with Under Armour, didn't have money to go past the toll. He didn't have $3, so they had to write him a ticket to go, go to the toll. Or Mark Burnett, the producer of my television show, who was in the special services, special forces in Britain. He came over here, he couldn't get a job. He became a nanny. Then he started selling T-shirts on Venice Beach. You know, people like that, like Rob Durdak, the skateboarder with Fantasy Factory. You know Rob.
I know Rob's a good friend of mine. He's been up here.
He couldn't get into any of in the skateboarding competition because he didn't have any money. So he said, if I get 6 people to enroll in this competition, can I get in? They said, yeah, you can do that, but you'll never do it. And he said, all right, here you go. Here's the 6. And he got in there. Wow. So
it's interesting.
It's people like that.
You have Steve Aoki in there, too.
Yeah.
And we know he comes from money.
Right, exactly. Good point.
He comes from money, but it ain't his money.
He comes from money, and it was actually a problem.
Okay.
When he went to the streets and he was out there spinning records, you know what they said to him? Get out of here, you rich boy. You don't
rich.
Get out. You ain't keeping it real. Oh, where you going? Home to your house, a mansion, whatever. And then when he went home to his father, who had Benihana's, who was a very disciplined Japanese man who came over here during the war, he said, "You spinning records? That's a career? You ain't getting none of this money. Until you come in here and work in this place, you're not getting any of this money." And Steve said, "I'm not going to do that." He started doing rent parties. He would fly all the way from L.A. to New York, New York to L.A. to get a gig that would pay him $100. He would be on standby and everything else he had to do. And now he's doing about $30 million a year, most touringest DJ in the world.
Damn, he doing $30 million?
I think so.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's why he's jumping so high.
That is why he's jumping. He's had me jump a few times. I didn't do 30. Tristan's on the line from Colorado
Tristan,
Springs. What's up, Tristan?
Hey, how's it going? How's everybody doing?
What's happening?
Pretty good. I just launched a business actually this year, New Year's.
Congrats.
And I was wondering, I was listening to how you said about, like, not spending money for the following. Like, with the social media, running today's society, like, with the trends and everything, how would you suggest making that trendy edge that'll make people check out your business?
Well, first of all, you have to be honest with who you are. Is your business trendy? Your business could be very safe, right? Where people want to go to that safe following. A lot of people, a big business today are mommy blogs, mommy entrepreneurs, mompreneurs, and people out there who have a voice. They put it out there. I met a woman the other day. She has about 1,000 people that follow her, and she writes about her relationship with her 17-year-old, 12-year-old, 8-year-old, and 5-year-old, and how other mothers can relate to, all the kids at this age. She has about, I think, 1,000 people that give her $10 a month just to really read this blog. Now, you do the numbers for that, how she's doing these kind of numbers. So you have to find a place where you have a communication. So what is your business and how are you getting it out there and explaining to people why they should not follow your business? How are they enhancing their life? There's a great book out by a guy named Gary V called Gary Vaynerchuk. And his name's Gary Vaynerchuk, right? And it's called Jab, 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 Right Hook. Here's how Gary looks at it. He says, look at your social media as a half an hour piece of content. If you watch a half an hour television show and 27 minutes of it are a commercial, people are going to change the channel. 27 minutes of it, though, if it's content on how people can enrich their lives with the way you think, and then those 3 minutes you sell them something, they're going to buy it because they believe in what you're doing. So a lot of people try to sell, and people get sales or deal fatigue most of the time. Yep. You just need to bless them with a lot of information that they need to know why whatever your brand is, and then they'll follow you. Now, you got to really understand if you have an A or an F on your report card, and your followers will tell you. So I'm not giving you the key to be successful in regards to creating a great product. I'm giving you the track and the way to get there, to analyze whether you have a product, so you can fail fast or succeed sooner than you expected.
Hey, Tristan, that was a great question, man. Thanks for your call. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this, Daymond. We got time to come back for one more? Okay, we're going to come back. I want to ask you, think about this. With the current presidential election that's on the way now, you got different candidates who represent different policies. Which one you think will benefit you the most in terms of your tax bracket? That's up next. Sway in the Morning, Shade 45. Daymond John is here. Probably the most successful businessman we've had in our building. And I don't know. Mark Cuban's been up here too, man.
Mark Cuban's sat right in that seat.
Mark.
Where?
Right where you sitting?
That's money. That's
Mark's
money.
been up here, man.
That's money.
Based on the current state of this presidential run, being someone who's obviously in a higher tax bracket than your average American, but even though you come from a lower tax bracket than your average American, based on the policies you've heard, which candidate will probably benefit the richest man the most?
Rich man problem.
I'll be very honest. I have not been paying attention. I don't listen to that aspect of what they're saying because I believe it's all going to be a shell game and they're going to just twist it around. So I often look at it for what are they going to do for the people the most, who really cares about the people. But I'm totally confused right now, like everybody else.
You perplexed?
I'm confused. I'm scared. I don't know what's going on.
It's important that people figure out who they're going to vote for because some of those policies aren't to benefit you if you're struggling, if you make under a certain amount of money a year.
As my friend says, I've been watching this horse race from afar for quite some time, and then I've been going, you know what? I got some time now. I have to really start putting some thought to it, and it's a little concerning,
It's a little concerning, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not gonna say who you leaning towards. All right, good. Daymond John, man, he's been on TV a long time now.
Yeah.
Heather, he knows how
you heard that? He gave you the wiggle.
Wiggle. All right, DB, man. DB is like all-purpose guy, man. Whatever you need, Daymond John, he got you, man.
Yes.
You need something sold, he can do that.
Basically, he's calling me a slave.
You need a window cleaned, he can do that too.
Yes.
A window
somebody to get your laundry. All right, go ahead, DB.
I wanted to ask to see if we could get your opinion on certain people who have maybe fallen on hard times. Certain known people, maybe like Wesley Snipes. What would you advise him to do, other than getting obvious movie roles, but to get his financials back in order?
I know that he had his issue. I think he went and did time, right?
Yeah, for taxes.
The biggest challenge we have is a lot of people don't have financial intelligence, and that's what happened to me in the beginning. I almost lost FUBU and my house in the beginning when I took out some money to do it, and I already had $300,000 in orders. I took out a $100,000 loan on my house. I was like, all right, I'm just going to put the money back in.
Right.
Before I know it, I turned around. I was 3 months late on the mortgage. They were about to take the house, and I had no money left in the bank because I just didn't have financial intelligence. Then when I started making money, I blew about $10 million within about 2 years because I just made bad investments. And it wasn't like a modeling company or something like that. Like I bought stocks on the high and I sold them on the low because I was scared. I didn't think they were going to rebound. I didn't understand compounding interest. So he needs some real financial intelligence in his life, and we see it often with the athletes. Unfortunately, a couple of years out of the league, they're gonna be bankrupt. That's where the core of the problem is, because whenever he made $1 million, nobody said you have to put $450,000 in the bank for the IRS. Like that's not all your money. You have to pay taxes, and I think that that's the only thing that's his biggest problem. He's not having a problem doing more movies.
Yeah.
Right? He's a brilliant actor, right? So that's the core to his problem. Stay out of jail by getting some financial advice.
Who else were you going to bring? Were you going to bring up Wayne?
There was a few. It was Wesley Snipes. What would we say? Rob Kardashian, I think, was one of them. I mean, his is more of a health thing, but I mean,
rebranding wise, though.
Or DMX. He's having some hard times.
You know what? I love all these brothers, man. I don't know what you're saying. I ain't talking about the dog. I ain't gonna talk about him. I make T-shirts for a living. I ain't gonna have no do with a chain coming over to me.
Okay, you've been in and around the music business for years too.
I have.
So recently this year, we were talking about towards the end of the year how Lil Wayne was apparently suffering from some financial difficulties where they were repossessing like artwork, and it was rumored or alleged that his skateboard park was going to be confiscated because he couldn't pay other bills in 2015, 2016 after the man made a lot of money. What kind of mistakes you see in the music business that people
So music and sports are very similar. The anatomy of a bankruptcy is really crazy. So, a lot of the artists don't get all the royalties they need, but they are exactly opposite from many of us in the room. As we grow in life, we're going to make more money. We're not making the same money we made when we were 21. We're going to make more when you're 30 and 40 because you experience more, you're making smarter moves. Right. Artists and athletes, their peak is at 21, 22, 24, right? Yeah. So they're getting a check for $30 million at 22 years old. At 45 years old, they can't throw a basketball or they can't get paid for doing it, right? So now that money's gone. They don't have any financial intelligence. So if you or I, somebody in this room, we had $200,000, we might put down $20,000 or $30,000 on a house. We get a decent car and whatever the case is. If somebody's making $20 million, they're putting down $5 million on a house. And they forgot that they owe their managers 15%, right? They owe the IRS 50%, and they didn't really make $20 million. They really made 10.
Yeah.
Right? And then they go and they think it's gonna, they think that they bought the house for $5 million, but they forgot to tell somebody that the taxes on that house are $400,000 a year, but they only think about the $5 million they spent. So that's really the anatomy of a bankruptcy. Don't let them have a baby mother. Or, you know what I mean? Or go through a bad relationship. Things happen, right?
Right. Hold on, man. You just made my heart skip a beat. Dang.
Yeah, well, stay with the baby mama because if you separate, you got to take care of your business, right? So that's what happens, and that's why they're not people who are Stupid. Listen, an athlete has, as my guy said, has been trained with the best skill set ever from the age of 20 to 24 to run the most amazing plays, be the perfect body in the world. This guy can probably run up a mountain. He doesn't have the skill sets to run a business, and if he thinks that just giving his friends and or advisors money to go run the business, and you don't go and learn the skill set in that business, you're not going to make it in that business, and that's what happens to him.
Wow, isn't it special to watch? Well, I don't know his business workings, but he looked like he's really successful at running his business as well as career as LeBron James.
Yeah.
And the people he has surrounding him, bringing his friends. Have you watched him at all?
Hey, I have watched him, and I know that LeBron also goes out and seeks very important things, which are mentors, successful mentors. Yeah. He'll go to a Jordan, he'll go to those type of individuals and say, how did this work? How can I replicate that? Now, if you're sitting there making money and you're going to a dude who's a player and he got all the chicks and you're saying, well, mentor me in being a player, that's not going to be mentoring you being a business person. It's totally about what you want in life.
Yeah.
You know? And again, I need to make sure that everybody knows success is not money. Right? Money drives you up to your problems in a limousine, right? So success is sometimes being a great parent, a great dedicating yourself to your faith. There are so many people that don't necessarily have millions and millions of dollars, and they're happier than many of us ever will be.
Yeah.
So I don't want to, over push the fact of money is success, because that's not the case.
Daymond John, ladies and gentlemen, The Power of Broke. That's the name of the book. Make sure you get, I'm sure, Amazon.
Powerofbroke.com, and then everybody can check out my tours. I'm on a city tour, Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, Orlando, Miami, and several others on powerofbroke.com and my social media.
Citizens, the powerofbroke.com is such a great website. There's a picture there, right there, a video. You can see Dame sitting down talking with Under Armour and just all the different things. The dates are on there, the speaking engagements, all the things you want to know from the calls from our citizens. Go to the powerofbroke.com.
Daymond John, thank you, man. Appreciate
Thank you, man.
it. Every
Appreciate
time
it.
you always welcome on this show, man.
And thanks for all the fatties. Where am I?
Yeah, absolutely. We got you, man. We got Santi Gold up next. You got some new music. You want to talk with her? 888-742-3345.
It's Sway in the morning, only
on Shea 45.